today, we're working on this thing again. I'm Steve, and welcome back to American Nostalgia Garage. This is our 70 Chevy C10. It's in really good shape, and we are dubbing this thing Project Swamp Thing. One, because it's green, and two, because I don't think there's any shadow of a doubt that this thing was pulled out of a swamp. It is an absolutely totally roached out version of a Chevy C10. If you watched our last video, we did some frame repair, and it's time to move on with what we've got. If you look real close, right there, we have some rust, and we've got to get rid of this stuff. There's a lot of rust that's still in the body of this truck. Luckily, we don't have a bed, so when we buy a new one, that will be ready to go. But what we do have is very, very bad. So here's a look at the cab corner. That cab corner is really bad. If I can get this door open without getting stitches. Not even sure why I'm opening it to show you something, because there's nothing for me to show you. It's all actually gone. There was a rocker here, circa David Bowie's first album. So we got rocker work to do. We've got lower door work to do, if we can even save these, which I think we probably can. They sell patches for down here. Point is, we have a lot of metal work to get started with, and today that's going to happen. We're going to start by putting the rear end that we took out in our last video. We're going to put that back into our refurbished, brand new frame. This was all missing. That was all missing in our last video. So we're going to throw the rear back in, make this thing a rolling chassis again, and then we're going to roll this thing into the backyard, get the nose off of it, bring it back over here, and get ready to take the cab off. So today is a day of automotive musical chairs. All right, well, Ryan had a stroke trying to put that leaf, it's a leaf frame. Right?
Yeah, it's a leaf frame.
Yeah, no, yep. I had a stroke just now trying to explain how he had a stroke. So now I'm going to go over here, I'm going to put the spring in, and then we're going to get these really cool, I think they're Max speeding rods or whatever that weird brand is from Amazon. But they are the cheapest, and that's why they're here. Not for nothing, they're actually pretty cool looking. So we're going to get those things slammed in here. All right, give me some hardware and some silence. Should note that these springs feel like they're coated in Laffy Taffy, because 2 seconds before I turned this camera on, Ryan shot them down with a good old can of black paint.
I'm gonna have a meltdown.
Can I give you a tip?
No.
Okay. I'll just keep that information myself. All right, we're gonna start throwing our super cool brand new trailing arms in. They're not going in for the last time. The frame is not finished being cleaned, and I mean, you know, but we need to make it a roller so we can move on with stuff here. Okay. This is all gonna have to come back apart. So we're just gonna kind of nut and bolt things and just leave it loose so we can get it back apart, because we just need it to be a roller. It's not driving anywhere, although I'll probably drive it like this. All right, now the way this is gonna go is like that, and we just need to get a bolt long enough to go through here, through the spring with the cup that's gonna go on top. Here's this other retaining cup that's gonna go in here. So we just probably got to go out and get bolts. And maybe a new set of everything. All right, we ran to the store. We got our 9-inch bolts. It's a new band. You guys should give them a listen. And we got our springs installed. Now we're obviously contending with all the extra things that I guess having a 5-year-old, you got to contend with a bunch of extra stuff that you never even put there to roll this thing around. It's in. We're going to get our lowering blocks in. We got new U-bolts that are going to go in. Maybe we'll have a roller in a minute. What's the matter? You don't want to work on the car anymore?
Oh, I mean, I'd like to. But...
Let me show you one of the frustrations of building cars. All right, so our U-bolt is all the way in. The diff is seated on the lowering blocks, and the lowering blocks are seated on the trailing arm. The U-bolt, I don't know if you can look real close, but it's literally nowhere to be found. In fact, I can get my finger pretty much half of the way up there, and it stops about here. So these U-bolts are not long enough. Now, Ryan did buy these U-bolts for the 4-inch lowering blocks here. However, I think it didn't take into account that us having aftermarket control arms or trailing arms like this being roughly 4 inches in depth themselves would take up a good portion of that. So if these were stock trailing arms, those might work, but in our case, they're not going to work. So we're going to have to buy some new ones. For reference, this is the thickness of the stock trailing arms. Much, much thinner, doesn't take up as much of the actual U-bolt, so that's why our U-bolts don't work.
And we're going to put these back in.
Okay, in order to get the cab basically off the frame, we've got a bunch of stuff to disconnect up here. We're going to work on getting the front end taken off. We're actually going to back the truck up into the backyard and then do that back there so it's not in the way. In order to do that, we need to roll this thing, so we basically threw in some universal U-bolt attachments here in orange. And that'll basically make sure that the rear end doesn't just shoot out of this thing. And that's because the U-bolts we have aren't long enough, so that's fine. We are going to have to take steering apart and some other stuff that's just connected to the cab. Probably some wiring stuff, so we got some work to do. Up here is this absolute wreck that we created the last time we worked on this thing. So we've got to get rid of our NASCAR-inspired radiator and hose setup and some other stuff, but basically we need to disconnect anything that's connected to the cab so the cab can come off. All right, what you're witnessing here is human excellence and some of my proudest work, if I'm being honest. Unfortunately, all things good things come to an end here, and we're taking it off. Maybe, I don't know what my fingers are doing. Or this is probably the one vehicle on the property that actually has coolant in it, which is cool because now we've got to empty it and properly recycle it. I can get my bungee cords back now that they're totally ruined. Here's a fun throwback. Remember all this like Flex Seal I had to shoot in here to try to get this thing to stop leaking? Yeah, it's still down there. So we have a quick release front end, which is basically when it's totally rotten to pieces and there's only 2 bolts holding it on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take those 2 bolts out, and then we are going to yank this thing off of the truck, and it's probably going to sit back here for a minute, because I don't know if you saw the truck or not, but it needs stuff. Oh yeah. I think I put these on.
Yeah.
I may have put these bolts
600 foot-pounds. Sounds about right.
Oh, yep. Just give it the old heave-ho. Oh, yeah. Wasn't attached to anything. Nope. All right, this thing is really, really bad. I know everybody's real surprised by me saying that. Rad support and the filler panel completely gone. This battery box might be savable. The fenders, actually, believe it or not, the lower parts are not good, but the brace on the back side of here that usually goes out with the fender, it's actually not bad, both sides. So we'll probably patch the fenders. We got, the grill is kind of banged up. We got some, this stuff, but that's off. Let's get this back on the lift so we can start taking this off.
Oh, I guess we're gonna push it by hand.
Ryan is getting situated to start cutting off like seat mounting bolts. Those seats don't belong in there, and they are improperly bolted in. Surprise. I am going to start working on getting the steering unhooked so that the column can be free from the shaft and all that stuff. So I'm going to be doing this. He's going to be doing some of the stuff on the inside. I have a smaller likelihood of having to get a tetanus shot after this, so I think I pulled the right straw. It's coming right off.
Is it?
Yep. It's not even, it wants to come off.
Can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell if I'm being sarcastic. All right, Ryan got both of the seats out. Floors are really good. So, you know, it's a good thing we're doing this. Honestly, we're probably wasting a step by even doing this. Floor's perfect. All right, I gotta get the speedo cable off, and I got the brake, like the e-brake cable, just completely rotten. So that's gonna get cut off. This is the state of our body bolts here. So the percentage of success, expected success, is really good. I don't know if you can see this because it's getting dark out, but we will be ordering more parts. Surprise to everybody.
Yep.
All right, it's another day. Ryan is hard at work already. And if you saw in the last shot, we got the fuel tank out. Won't be using that again. Something about this fuel tank is not correct. It's this. No, I'm kidding. It's obviously got pinholes in it. I could, if I really wanted to, I could probably stick my whole finger. I could fit my whole body in there. Also, let me see if I can get it to do it without making a mess. Well, there's waste oil in there. This is what came out. So the guy that owned this truck is definitely my favorite person on the planet. Not that we could have used that thing anyway. Obviously it's got a hole in it, but he did make it a little bit more messy and heavy for us to get rid of. So now Brian is trying to disconnect the last couple of things. I've got some bolts to cut under here. This is the level of stuff we're dealing with, and by no means am I above, you know, just some 1/8 inch plate steel with a bolt through it. But I am, for the sake of not repairing anything. This cab is literally bolted to the frame with a plate because there's nothing left of it. So he bolted nothing to nothing here. I was saving that seatbelt. Oh! All we gotta do is get a couple of needle and thread. We can put this carpet right back together. All right. Quick release racing floor.
Those are WeatherTechs, I think. I'd hold on to those.
These are going right on Marketplace. Yep. And just easy storage.
Yeah, I mean,
just like 1, 2, 3. It's a QVC commercial. Put that in the same pile. Oh my God! Did you look how many ants are over here?
what? Now all of a sudden it's a competition with
Bro,
the ants?
there's no ants over there in comparison to.
Well, they all went over there when I started grinding.
I'm not even kidding.
Listen,
you have to look.
I had a lot of ants. I know you wanted ants, but that doesn't mean you all.
I got more ants than you got.
Oh my God! Look how many ants I have.
You know how many ants you had? None in comparison.
Now you've piqued my interest. Now I'm coming to look at the ants.
Dude, this floor is literally alive. And these ants are going to be PO'd. All right, it's another day. It is wet and cold out today. It's that time of year where basically the weather can't decide what it wants to do. It is a couple days later. We just got back from the Carlisle Car Show in Pennsylvania. And we did this. This is a full bed kit. This is the floor underneath here. We've got the bed sides that are underneath there. Wheel tubs, we got a tailgate, a bed front, and this is literally a bed inside of a bed. So now we have something to put right here when we're ready. For now, we're going to do this kind of cool stuff. We don't like the idea of trying to balance on one beam here. and trying to find like the fulcrum point. The front of the cab kind of sticks out more. If I stand right here, you can kind of see, like, even though it's bigger back here, there's like more metal in this area, I guess. So it's heavier here, so it wants to turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably do a ratchet strap to this stud on the top of the 4-post down to like the door hinges, and we might try to do something from the back up to the studs on there. I don't know, but we got to get this cab off, roll this frame out, and get this thing ready for sheet metal work. All right, Sir Isaac Newton would be proud. Let's get this thing off of here.
Ready? Clear over here. Good? Yeah, you're good. You got a ratchet strap in front of that front tire. You're gonna get pretty soon. You right?
I should have been looking. The bumper bracket caught me in the back. All right, it is on our wood cart. It absolutely obliterated both rockers, but again, this one didn't exist at all, and this one existed only in another dimension, so it doesn't really matter. But now, this thing's a mobile tool bench and storage. And the more I look at it, the angrier I get. Here is the other part of the equation. Brand new from here back, pretty much. And it's going to be here to be kind of forgotten for like a little bit. All right, well, it's done. Cab is off. We turned one parking spot into 2 parking spots. I'm sure my wife will be real happy about that. Double the space now. So, yeah, we've got to get cracking now, because now I've got half here, half there, parts everywhere. It's time to get cracking is the point. Thing needs a floor, cab corners, rockers, needs everything. So now that it's off, we're ready to do that. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like below. It really helps me out, and I'd appreciate it. As always, thank you guys for watching. American Nostalgia Garage, out.